12 News at 10 with Mark Curtis and Caribe Divine starts now.
And we begin tonight with a weather impact alert as we track monsoon storms across parts of Arizona.
All right, take a look at this video from West Phoenix just after about 9 o'clock tonight. This was captured by an ADOT camera. On I-10 near 35th Avenue, you can see the wet roads, some rooster tailing there from the cars kicking up that moisture as it just sat on the road for a while.
Yeah, and take a look at this video sent in by Satya in Tempe. All of that rain there making it just a little bit harder to play some soccer out there tonight. She also sent us some video of some intense winds blowing through the area. Good evening and thanks so much for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Caribe Divine.
I'm Mark Curtis. Let's get right to your weather impact forecast as we track where these storms are right now. Meteorologist Lindsay Riley is here with a live look at the radar. Linz?
Yes, and we are tracking storms still across the lower deserts at this late night hour. Here's the latest in the valley right now. This one storm became pretty robust over central Phoenix, but as it pushed into the West Valley, you can see it's really losing its intensity. But rain coming down around Peoria and Avondale. The East Valley now is clearing out around Fountain Hills, Gilbert, Santan Valley. We should remain dry there for the rest of the night. Now down across Pinal County, we are seeing some strong thunderstorms up to 40-mile-an-hour gusts. These are moving toward the I-10 and the Casa Grande area and will continue tracking due west through the evening into western Maricopa County. Still pretty active radar up across northwestern Arizona, Mojave County. No severe thunderstorm warnings there. We're in the clear around Prescott as well as Flagstaff and the Navajo Nation. Here's a look at our exclusive 12 News monsoon meter looking ahead to tomorrow, where we could see more active weather and we do have additional storm chances for the valley. Now those storms are going to originate up in the high country, the rim and southeastern Arizona by the early afternoon, and the ones across northern and eastern Arizona will be moving toward the valley similar to today by the late afternoon and early evening. Now it doesn't look like as large of a dust threat for tomorrow, but we could have a few spotty thunderstorms by the late afternoon and early evening hours. Fewest storms will be out in western Arizona. As far as temperatures are concerned, we're actually going to drop off into the 80s tonight. Looking pretty good out the door tomorrow, and highs will remain below 110. Mark?
All right, sounds good, Linz. Thanks. 12 News is dedicated to keeping you safe whenever these storms roll in. Make sure you download our free 12 News app so we can send you alerts. You can track weather conditions and storms as they move into your neighborhood. Tonight, 2 men are in critical condition after a shooting at an Albertsons near Scottsdale Road in Thomas. The 911 call started pouring in from people hiding in the grocery store, and it prompted an active shooter call from police. But we now know this was an isolated incident. 12 News journalist Gabriela Becerra is live in Scottsdale tonight with the latest details from police. Gabby?
Well, Mark, the entire shopping center is still closed down and police expect to be here for several more hours. But due to the nature of those 911 calls, this started as a much larger scene this afternoon, but was able to be condensed once police confirmed there was not an active shooter. We spoke with people as they were leaving the parking lot. They tell us they're going home scared and shaken tonight.
It's about the worst day of my life.
Chaos erupted as gunshots rang out in an Albertsons grocery store near Scottsdale and Thomas Roads Tuesday evening.
Boom, boom, boom. Everybody started running.
Dozens of people inside the store unsure of what was happening or where the gunshots were coming from.
You got to get my kids out of here. That's all I cared about.
Craig Job says he was in the self-checkout lanes when he overheard an argument between 3 men.
I saw a couple guys arguing, and one said, like, kind of challenging the other got into the other's face, and then you just started hearing gunshots.
Jobs immediately dropped to the ground.
It's me and 4 other girls in the self-checkout. We had them go into the corner. One of them called the police, put whatever carts I had in front of me. There's 2 of them.
Scottsdale police say the shooting started as an argument in the parking lot and escalated to a shooting inside the store. 2 men are suspected of firing their guns. They were both shot and taken to the hospital.
Our detectives are working to try to figure out how they knew each other, if they knew each other, or if this is just something that transpired in the parking lot and carried on inside into the store.
No one else was injured, and police say there is no threat to the community at this time. They say investigators will take the next several days to finish speaking with some of those witnesses and reviewing video surveillance. Live in Scottsdale, Gabriella Becerra, 12 News.
All right, Gabby, thank you. The Phoenix Police Department has launched a new tool to keep victims of crimes updated on their cases. The system will automatically send a text confirmation when someone calls police. From there, callers will get real-time updates, like if police response has been delayed. Once the call is completed, the caller will get a report number and a link to provide feedback about their experience and continue following the case as the investigation continues.
Parking garages in downtown Gilbert will be getting a new layer of security in response to ongoing cases of teen violence there. The town council voted tonight to deploy unarmed security guards for the next 6 months. But not everyone in the community is happy with the plan. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono was at that meeting tonight. She's live outside Gilbert Town Hall to explain. Bianca?
Mark, the parking garages in question are home to teen-on-teen fights, underage drinking and drug use, and even earlier this year, someone fell to their death. But as the town works to find a solution to that problem, community members tonight are raising concerns about teen violence happening in another Gilbert neighborhood. Unarmed security guards are coming to 2 parking garages in Gilbert's Heritage District, an effort to curb teen violence and criminal activity.
1 at each location.
Gilbert Police Chief Michael Solberg presenting the plan to Gilbert's Town Council, saying police were dispatched to 574 calls to the garages since 2022, and 66 of those calls involved juveniles disturbing. So far this year, officials say there have been 20 dispatched calls involving minors, on pace to nearly double the number of calls from the past 2 years.
The extra set of eyes, that visual deterrent.
Not all community members support the plan, suggesting more policing and a parking validation system at the garages.
Immediate action that can take place, like now, would be enforcing curfew. It would be having your officers start citing for loitering, start taking names.
Gilbert's Town Council voting unanimously to approve the security guards after a lengthy discussion. The plan initially proposed for 1 year, costing $160,000, but council members opting for a half-year stint instead, planning to review statistics from the garages every month.
Motion passes 7-0.
As the council works to address one problem involving teens, community members who live in and around Morrison Ranch are raising concerns about another. Residents say groups of teens have been committing crimes, including launching explosive devices like fireworks at homes and structures. This incident happening in early July while Jenny Jones' daughters and friends were inside.
If the police had done their job and the SRO had done his job, there would be a lot more charges.
Solberg also addressing the Morrison Ranch concerns Tuesday night, saying his department has been doing special details in the area since July of 2020. But they face challenges, including juveniles fleeing the scene and some failing to report crimes.
Whether it be on a fat boy scooter or whether it's on an e-bike or electronic or a motorcycle, they are often fleeing from us as we approach them.
Jones and many of her neighbors fear the crimes in their community have been swept under the rug for too long, hoping police start citing juveniles more often.
I've seen them patrolling, but they're not doing anything. The kids are not being held accountable.
And in Jones's case, 2 teens have been charged, though she says several others were also responsible. Back to the parking garage security plan, I'm told those security guards will start getting training within the next week. We're live in Gilbert tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Well, as we make our way through this final week of the Olympics, let's get a look at the medal count. It has been a great Olympics for Team USA, not only leading the way with total medals with 86, but also the most gold medals with 24. And as we look ahead to another action-packed day of events tomorrow, we're checking in with Tram Mai in Paris.
That's right. Tonight she has a preview of some of the big events happening tomorrow.
Today, Team USA's men's basketball advanced to the semifinals, and come tomorrow, the women hope to do the same. Team USA, led by the Mercury trio of Taurasi, Griner, and Copper, faced Nigeria in the quarterfinals. Flagstaff's Matt Wilkinson looks to medal in the finals of the 3,000-meter steeplechase, and Phoenix's Freddie Crittenden races in a semifinal in the 110-meter hurdles. Women's hoops, track and field, water polo, and beach volleyball highlight Wednesday. And I'll be tracking it all for you from Paris. I'm Tram Mai. Mark and Caribe, back to you.
All right, we'll see you soon, Tram. Thank you.